morning, sports fans, and welcome to Terry Connor's Rink in Stamford, Connecticut. It's the final weekend of the NWHL regular season, and we've got action for you live on Twitter. Tonight, it's the Connecticut Whale hosting the defending Isabel Cup champion, Buffalo Beauts. Hi, everybody. Alongside Erica Ayala, I'm Phil Jubileo, and tonight it's the final night of the regular season. Next week's Isabel Cup semifinals are set. We'll talk a lot about that tonight, but for now, one last chance for these teams to pick up some wins in the regular season, starting first with the Connecticut Whale, a team that's dropped 3 straight, but they have some new firepower in the lineup. 2017 second-round draft pick Sam Donovan joins the club.
That's right. Sam made her debut in Boston. She has 68 points in her career at Brown, and we talked to Ryan Aquali. He's expecting her to come in with that fitness level, that compete level, as we say in hockey, and really be able to bring some energy to this offense.
Meanwhile, the Buffalo Beauts, a team that finally figured out how to defeat, well, the Metropolitan Riveters, a team that finished first in the NWHL during the regular season. They're currently in the midst of a 9-game winning streak. One of the players leading their way, their leading scorer, Courtney Kunichika, playing fantastically as of late.
That's right. Kunichika, she's a third-year veteran, not only in the league, but for the Buffalo Beauts. As you mentioned, she's got 14 points, 4 goals, 10 assists, and she makes things happen for this Buffalo offense. Again, has that composure as a veteran, able to bring in this team and help them to what they're hoping will be a 10-game win streak.
Now, the final game of the regular season will begin in just a few minutes. We'll introduce the third member of our broadcast crew, Ashley Audette. We'll have the starting lineups and the opening face-off of this one you're watching. The Connecticut Whale and the Buffalo Beauts. This is the NWHL Game of the Week live on Twitter.
We are the early risers.
Make sure it's nice and snug.
The DIYers. We are determined.
Go, USA on 3. 1, 2, 3, USA!
Crazy.
A minute to go.
Die hard.
Winning time for USA hockey.
We are loyal.
Up the wing they come.
We are proud.
She shoots. She scores! Megan Duggan to the top of the mountain.
We are brewed for this. America runs on Duncan.
What about us?
Back at Terry Connor's Rink in Stamford, Connecticut, the Connecticut Whale and the Buffalo Beauts about to face off. And before we do that, let's send it downstairs to Ashley Audette.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to another game. It's the final home game of the regular season here in Stamford as the Connecticut Whale take on the Buffalo Beauts. We have an exciting game ahead of us. Each time that these two teams have met this season has resulted in a Buffalo win, which is no surprise as they are seeking their 10th straight win this season because they are red hot. Can they do it, or will the Connecticut Whale send them back to Buffalo with a loss? We'll just have to see. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Sydney Rossman making her 16th start of this season. She's 3-11-1 this campaign. The former Quinnipiac Bobcat, arguably the best player on this Connecticut Whale team. Despite the numbers, Erica, not looking all that stellar, she has kept her team in a lot of these games.
Absolutely. Just looking at these games between the Beauts alone, out of 4 games so far, Phil, 3 have been decided by 1 goal, including a shootout. So yes, Rossman is definitely doing her job for Connecticut this season.
Meanwhile, for the Buffalo Beauts, Amanda Levier split time last season with Brianne McLaughlin. She has earned the start in every game this season, leads the league in minutes 11-4 with a 2.63 goals against average, and she has helped in net defeat the Metropolitan Riveters the last 3 times those two teams have played.
Absolutely. None more spectacular than that last win, Phil. We'll see what she has against the Connecticut Whale tonight.
And we're underway here in Stamford, Connecticut. The Beauts in the baby blue with the dark blue and white trim, skating from left to right. Here in the first period, Colleen Murphy, Sarah Casorso starting on the blue line. Haley Scamora, Maddie Ilia, and Courtney Kunichika up front for Buffalo. Meanwhile, for the Whale on defense, Rachel Aid is paired alongside Emma Greco, as we have Amanda Bouillet centering the starting line along with Emily Fluke and Casey Anderson. As the puck out in the neutral zone, played back into the Whale end. Greco gets it out to center ice. Fluke tried to drop that back off, and it was taken away by Scamora as the Beauts play it in. Poked away by Greco. Playing the Beauts for the first time in her brief NWHL career, and now it is Bouillet. Saucering it to the left side, finding Kelly Babstock off her stick at the center line. Gained back by Corrine Bowie, and here's Bowie to the right wing circle with a shot. Try to find that top corner, and it whistled wide over the shoulder of Sydney Rossman. And is Bowie along the left side. Had a goal last week against Metropolitan. To the right point for Edney. One-timer deflected out in front by Jess Jones, and it was tipped wide. Back out to the right point. And here's a shot from the far point by Sarah Edney, and that one was stopped by Sydney Rossman. Now it's Jones, pinned by Goldsmith. Both teams battling for control, and it's Jones coming away with it. Just Jones skates it all the way to the blue line. Wrist shot from the point by Jordan Burns, steered aside by Rossman, and it's Bowie as the Beauts, a team last year that really got it done on their blue line, but it's the forward core this time around as the shot fanned on out in front. And the Whale looked to skate out with it to the neutral zone. Here comes Connecticut from the center line. It's chipped in by Babstock in a line change. Jordan Burns with a long outlet out to center ice. It was deflected off of the stick of Jones, regained by Kleinbach. Tipped back to Orlando, and the Whale regroup out to the neutral zone. It's Barabo chipping it in cross ice with the reach as Levier to slow that down to the corner. Kleinbach tried to center it. It comes to the point. Roessler with a drive, and that one steered aside. Levier barely got a piece of it with the stick as it comes to the corner. And now Kaylin Shiroka looks to clear it out ahead to Catherine Donahue, the 10th forward tonight, as Barabo with a sharp angle try from along the boards is sticked away by Levier. Well, with a couple of early shots on goal on Amanda Levier, as it's taken by Sarah Edney off the wall. And around in behind, it's Jordan Burns along the left side. Buffalo dressing 5 defenders tonight as the puck is iced, and Roessler back to get to the dot first with 17:24 remaining in the first period, no score.
And speaking of Roessler, you know, she got that goal, almost tied it up in Boston, but you see that puck pop out, and Sydney Roessler takes her shot. That's what we need from this Connecticut team. Not only Roessler, but all of the players really need to shoot their shots and get those shots up and hopefully get something in the goal.
And that goal last week for Roessler, just her first of the season. She provided a bit more offense a year ago down the stretch, and perhaps she's getting her game going at the right time with the playoffs starting next week. This Buffalo team will host Boston as Shannon Doyle from the point sends a shot wide, knocked down by Jordan Burns, not with a high stick. Meanwhile, the Metropolitan Riveters will host Connecticut. From the right point, here's Doyle sending it into the corner. Pinching down was Goldsmith, couldn't keep control of the puck as Shiroka having a bit of trouble out at center ice, feeding it ahead for a Kersey, but a bit too far, as the Whale defenders will play it back in their own zone deep. Long outlet ahead, held in by Kunichika. Brickner wraps it off the far boards. Trying to pitchfork it out was Emily Fluke, but Murphy able to keep that in deep. Here's Murphy again, backhands it past Fluke. Player lost the glove out there on the ice. Emily Fluke along the right wing, and it was her right glove. And it fell off of her hand as the Beauts lob it in high from the center point, dropped by Rossman. Side of the net, Goldsmith will play it ahead, and the Whale get it out, sent through by Casey Anderson. Scamora, the quick long pass to Murphy along the far board. She'll get it in. Played in deep by Amanda Bouillet, who started off as a defender on this team, now centering as Ilia from out in front with a shot. Big save made by Rossman. As Bouillet got tied up inside her own zone by Kunichika, but the Whale able to manage it. Clears her 4 minutes into this first period with no score. Only one shot, and that's for Connecticut in this game. Ilia on the left side, back checked away by Sam Donovan. playing her second NWHL game, signed to a contract after finishing her career with the Brown Bears. Cleared to center ice. Bouye with a drop pass to the left side. Babstock skates in across the line, tied up by Corrine Bowie. Played over to Bouye along the half wall, and now it's Casorso coming away with it for the Buttes. Casorso deep in her own zone. Shakes off a little bit of traffic, finds Bowie, got tangled up at the blue line. Hannah Beatty tried to keep it in. That's a delayed offside call. Well touch up as it's played by Edney and around for Casorso. Worked in against the forecheck led by Baribeau. Third line on for Connecticut. Loose puck through the neutral zone. Racing back for it is Beatty. Icing waved off as Bowie tries to close the gap for Buffalo. And it's taken by Connecticut out to center ice. Hit at the blue line was Kleinbach. No penalty called. It was a 50-50 puck as Jordan Burns will drive it back into the Whale zone. Rusler shovels it ahead from behind her own net. From the half boards, that's kept in by Juron. Behind the goal now, it's Jess Jones. Jones trying to chip a pass in front. Chipped away by Baribeau to the circle. Kleinbach chips it behind her net. And it's whirled around to the near side as Baribeau trying to force it by Juron, who signed an ATO this week. She had played one game earlier in the season. That was the Whale Buttes game in Pittsburgh back in mid-January. And she had an assist in that game. And now we have a delayed penalty called. It will come against Connecticut, I believe. The Buttes came in offside, and we have a high sticking penalty with 14:24 remaining in the first period.
Back and forth action so far, Phil. Again, as you mentioned, really the only real shot we saw, was Rusler off of that rebound that came right out. But now we see that again, Rossman's coming up big shots there by Buffalo, and Rossman able to stop it. But now we're going to see the Connecticut Whale have to really get it done on the penalty kill here.
Grace Kleinbach with the high stick penalty at 5:36 of the first period. So Buffalo on their first power play of the night as Scamora had it taken away by Bouye, who sends it down. Buffalo on the power play this season, 16.2%. That's third in the league. Meanwhile, Connecticut's penalty kill is last at 76.2, but they've been very strong on the PK against this Buffalo team. A Kersey to the slot for Elia, tied up, and it comes back to Casorso at the top of the left wing circle. Down low, give and go with Kunichika. Now is shot by Elia, and that's why. Up the boards to Scamora, forward playing one of the points. Skating along the blue line, back to the left side for Casorso. Through the slot and off the boards, played along the half wall by Elia. He's got some good height. Feeds it back. Here's Scamora with a rocket, and it's tucked in. Held on to by Rossman, mentioning that Connecticut penalty kill, Erica, against Buffalo. They're 19 of 22. That's 86.4%. So they've done well against this Buttes power play.
And we have to remember that, again, these two teams have gone head-to-head, 3 of 4 being one goal games, A good shot there by Scamora.
As action resumes, as the Whale win the face-off and send it through. Beatty trying to race after. Levier will play that puck along the far wing boards. Buffalo still tied up deep. Babstock and Beatty, the forwards on this Whale penalty kill, along with Brickner, and joining them, Shannon Doyle. Skated in by Jess Jones. Down the left side, here's Jones. Holding along the boards. Try to feed it back to Edney, and she's unable to get to the wall to hold that in, so she'll race back for it. Joining her is Lewicki. We mentioned Jess Jones, along with Corrine Bowie and Kaylin Shiroka for this second Buffalo power play. Long outlet, regained by the Whale at center and flipped down the boards by Jordan Brickner. 23 left to the penalty on Kleinbach here in this scoreless first period. Each team with a shot on goal. Buffalo with the puck out through center ice, and a couple of players collide inside the Whale end. And we get an icing called here on the Butte. So a break for Connecticut as they'll get a draw in the offensive zone while shorthanded.
So far, I think Connecticut has looked good on this kill. We mentioned that, or you mentioned, Phil, that they've been pretty good against Buffalo, but I also like that they're being aggressive and not being afraid to really get up there on the forecheck and really put some pressure on the Buttes as they're trying to get out of their own zone.
From the right wing circle, and Murphy controls the draw for Buffalo. Around to Corrine Bowie. Tied up by Beatty, looking behind the net for Babstock. The penalty on Kleinbach is over, who was back in the Whale lineup. She was a scratch the last couple of games. So Buffalo 0 for 1 on the power play. Shot from the point blocked in front. Here's Bouye walking in front, and the shot denied on a save by Levier. Buffalo with it out to center. Here's Murphy. He's got good speed coming down the right wing side. She'll play it around Greco. And in deep, here's Rachel Abe. And she took a better path towards the puck. The former 2-year Vermont captain getting tied up by Taylor Acursi. And now it's Murphy tangled along the right side by the back pressuring Babstock. Murphy got it back. Puck along the side of the net. Acursi tried to drop that off, but there's Rossman holding on in the paint with 11:47 to go in the first. No score.
See this chance by Bouillet here. You see she gets the puck back, and just as she's getting ready to establish herself, she just loses her footing, gets you know, some of that Buffalo defense to disrupt her there.
That was a sliding block by Jess Jones, who got in front of Levier. Noticing that on the replay, initially thought that Levier got to that. Meanwhile, Doyle gave Taylor Acursi a shove while chasing down that puck, saucers it out. And the Whale may get caught for an icing here, as racing back for it was Casey Anderson, but Casorso had the inside angle on that puck.
Yeah, Anderson just couldn't get around her there, and didn't connect there with that puck. But again, you know, we see Rossman coming up big. That last save that she made, it might have looked simple, but she really did a good job protecting that post, because that puck was kind of flailing around there.
Last time these two teams met, January 20th, that was up at Harbor Center. 2-1 shootout win for the Buttes. One of the better efforts from Sydney Rossman during the course of the season to help them earn a point, the Whale. Buffalo started this current 9-game winning streak and a victory here earlier in the year, back in December against Connecticut, as Casorso will race the puck down deep in her own zone and retreat around the net. Looking ahead for Kunichika, her stick lifted, and Doyle with it at the center line. We'll just slide that in as we have a little over 9 minutes played to this first period. No score. Buttes with it in behind the net. There's Scamora to Eliel on the left side. Can't chip it by Rusler. And she'll flip it up the boards as Jordan Burns will chase it down. Burns in deep. Around here comes Hannah Beatty with a step in front of Kunichika. Behind the net, Burns will play it back for Buffalo. Baribeau to the point. Rusler with a wrist shot. That was a heavy low shot that trickled wide and now centered out in front by Beatty, but nobody home for Connecticut. Jess Jones just trying to get that puck out of the zone. Does so for Kunichika, and it's flipped down from the center line, so icing waved off. Baribeau out to center ice, rink wide pass off of the stick of Kleinbach, able to keep the zone in against Sarah Edney. Gives the puck back to Buffalo, and Edney looking up ahead will play it, and Jones will send it in across the line. Well, back in their own zone. They are 3-10-2 over the course of the season, as here is Kelly Babstock trying to drag back for a hard shot, and she never got the stick blade on that puck. The only team that Connecticut able to beat this season, the Boston Pride. Here's Rachel Lade, flips a shot off the shoulder of Levier to come up high for that save. Lade pinching deep. Drop back behind the net. Here's Sam Donovan. Donovan working deep, just 5'2", but she plays bigger than her height. Working on the top line tonight, the other Sam on this Connecticut team, Sam Faber, is a scratch. And along the left wing side, it's Donovan. Over to Greco. Flip down low. Up top to Greco. Now to the half boards. Here's Bouillet with a rocket. She scores! Amanda Bouillet from the top of the right wing circle. There was some traffic out in front. And it's 1-0 Connecticut on Bouillet's third goal of the season.
And just before that goal, Phil, I think we saw some very sharp, very determined and deliberate passing by Connecticut. They were able to possess the puck and really create an opportunity. Look for their shot, look for something that they could get on frame, and hopefully, if not get past Levier, definitely disrupt the coordinated defense of the Buttes. They get the first goal.
Bouillet did not get everything on that shot, but what the Whale had was some really good traffic in front. That made it tough for Levier as that one dragged low across the goal line. So an early edge here for Connecticut as they win the faceoff, and Emily Fluke, who is certainly a viable candidate for NWHL Rookie of the Year, playing it in. Now to Goldsmith. Left point for Doyle with a slap shot save made by Levier as that got through. Screen was set in front by Fluke. Back to Doyle. Flipped through the legs of Murphy to the corner, and the Buttes will track it down. While on the left wing side, facing back pressure by Fluke, nearly got hooked. Well, able to keep the puck out in the neutral zone. Burns tried to play it ahead. Anderson takes it away. Here's Casey Anderson down the left side, holding along the boards. Tied up briefly by Shiroka, and Kleinbach will take the puck in behind the Buffalo net, hands it off. Down the far side, it's Orlando. Elena Orlando gives it in deep to Baribeau. Back to Kleinbach with a wrist shot block that comes back to Rusler. Try to flip it off the body of Shiroka. And on a second effort, she lobs it in off the glass as Murphy is tied up in the corner. Baribeau in there trying to lock her for control of the puck.
And she's stickless. Her stick broke and is on the ice.
Shiroka along the far wing side. Now Orlando back up top. They work it to the left side. Here's a wrist shot by Beatty. That was drifting wide. 7:48 and counting left in this first period. 1-0 Connecticut on the Bouye goal. Back up top. Here's Baribeau with a slap shot. Oh, that one was hard, but off target. And Beatty lost control of the puck. Controlled back again. Here's Babstock walking to the slot. Babstock with a wrist shot, but a big save made by Levier. 7:29 remaining in this first period as we lead you out. Amanda Bouye putting the Connecticut Whale on top by a score of 1-0.
We are the early risers.
Make sure it's nice and snug.
The DIYers. We are determined.
Go, USA on 3. 1, 2, 3, USA!
Crazy.
A minute to go.
Die hard.
Winning time for USA hockey.
We are loyal.
Up the wing they come.
We are proud.
She shoots. She scores! Maggie Duggan to the top of the mountain.
We are brewed for this. America runs on Duncan.
Back in Stamford, Connecticut, Amanda Levier talking with Terrell Rose, the referee tonight, along with one of the linesmen. As the Connecticut Whale with a 1-0 lead, Amanda Bouye, her third goal of the season, Emma Greco with the primary assist as we take another look at that goal, Erica.
And as you mentioned, Phil, we see this puck come up to Bouye. Maybe doesn't get all of it, but there are enough players there to disrupt Levier's vision and get that puck through. And sometimes that's what you need, especially for this team, Phil. You know, they've had trouble scoring throughout the season. So to get a goal and get something past Amanda Levier, who we talked about earlier, that's going to be important.
Kelly Babstock with the screen in front of Levier on that goal. Babstock's had such a hard luck season numbers-wise. I mean, she is the most talented forward in this group, but her stats certainly do not show that. But doing the little things like that screen there will help this Connecticut Whale team down the line.
And that's what Babstock does well. Maybe she's a little bit tight on offensively for setting up for herself, but she loves setting up her teammates just as much, and that's what they need as well.
And she had a breakaway that was denied by Brittany Ott last week. Here's Bouye again. Little give and go to Babstock with a shot. Save made by Levier, and then Babstock runs Levier a little bit as she couldn't gain control out by the side of the net. Nice look by the forwards, Bouye and Kelly Babstock.
Yeah, and they collided there. You know, Babstock got a little bit of the business there from some of the Buffalo players after the play. But as you can see, she's going hard for that puck, looking for a rebound and a follow-up, but Levier would have none of it.
Face-off will come out to the neutral zone as the net was knocked off its moorings. Babstock, Bouye, Donovan up front with Greco, along with Rachel Aid. Well able to play the puck in. Shots are 7-2 unofficially in favor of Connecticut. Ice certainly tilted in that direction here in this first period of play. Sam Donovan walks to the slot with a wrist shot. She scores! Nope, waved off immediately. Washed out by referee Terrell Rose. Levier got knocked down in the crease. We'll try to get a second look at that, but they're going to definitely call goaltender interference, or at least a skater in the crease on that. Let's take a look.
And so you see the shot go through. I'm not exactly
no one's
sure
there
what that was, and as of right now, though, it does not seem like Donovan's going to get credit for that goal, which would, Phil, be her first goal, her first professional goal.
Let's see if we get a second look at that. There's Donovan.
So who is that down? It does look like there was a trip up.
No goal.
It was Babstock, I believe. Right before the shot, there was some contact with Levier. Perhaps that is what did it and takes the goal off the board.
Well, we'll try to get another look because it looked like there was some contact, but I thought it was a skater and Babcock, not necessarily Levier, until after that puck went in. But we'll see it again just to make sure my eyes are not deceiving me, as there's a long breakaway ahead. Oh, Babcock couldn't get to the puck at the blue line, falling to the ice, and Levier is able to smother with 6:30 remaining in this first period.
Just a little too much mustard, as they say, on that pass. We'll see. This is the shot from Donovan. Don't see what happens.
There's no one near Levier. At least on that replay, there is nobody near Levier on that shot, as the wrister by Goldsmith is wide. She'll play it back on the boards and up top to Doyle.
And you certainly hope something like that doesn't end up
Goldsmith in front. A lot of traffic. Fluke is there, but so's Levier, and she hangs on.
Being the deciding factor is what I was going to say, but it doesn't look like Connecticut is willing to let that happen. They have really come out blazing tonight, Phil, and that's good. That's good to see, especially heading into the playoffs.
Well, Ashley Audette will have a first intermission interview. It'll be great to get her perspective, asking whoever, and I believe it will be possibly Sydney Rusler from Connecticut during the first intermission. Her perspective from down there on the ice on that waved off goal. I think it's a viable question at this point. So it's 1-0 Connecticut with 6 minutes to play in the first period. Casorso back in her own zone. Whale make a change. Casorso with it out to the center line. She'll dump it in, and well, the icing is finally whistled a bit late as that shot was dumped in early.
Worth mentioning that last week, the Buffalo Beauts had a goal that was disallowed. Similarly, there were questions as to perhaps what was happening, that goal being disallowed going in favor of the Metropolitan Riveters and Katie Fitzgerald. So sometimes that happens. This is hockey.
Face off to the left of Levier. The 216s doing battle, and it's Elia winning the face off. Now it's Casorso for the Beauts with her team down 1-0 here, 5:43 to go in the first. Barreled in by Scamora. Backhand pass through the crease. Elia stride late. Sam Donovan trying to play it up the boards, kept in deep by the Beauts. Elia working up front with Scamora. Ahead to the point now. Greco with a shot blocked by Donovan. Got right in front of that one. Welcome to the NWHL. As Edney will play it across to the left side for Greco. Greco up the boards. Tied up at center. Here's Babcock. She'll skate in. Babcock holding the puck in the corner. Drop back now to Bouye. Bouye in the corner. Flips it around. Sarah Edney will track it back down in the right wing corner. Here's Bouye behind the net trying to find Fluke. Ilya caught in front of her and took control of the puck, and now back checked away by Fluke as the puck comes rolling out to center. Rusler played it to the blue line. It comes back to Rusler. She'll skate in down the left side. The former Quinnipiac Bobcat pass out in front looking for Anderson, side of the goal. Here's Fluke falling on the ice, getting a shot up, but Levier came way out to make the stop.
Good of Fluke to even get that on net. My goodness, she was already falling as she's taking the shot there. But Levier is able to come up with that save. We'll see it again. Rusler, as you mentioned, coming in, bringing that puck in. And then Fluke sees the rebound, gets a hold of it. And I believe that was Kunichika that was able to disrupt her as she was taking that shot.
Well, Emily Fluke with 3 points in her last 4 games. Everyone talks a lot about her effective play against the Boston Pride. 3 of her 4 goals this season coming against them, but she has also been very effective points-wise against this Buffalo Beauts team. In fact, just 1 point against Metro, and then the rest, 10 points split evenly between Buffalo, as there's a big hit along the boards as Barabo just crushes Sarah Casorso in that corner, and the Beauts will get their second power play.
And Barabo getting aggressive there, and Casorso gets the full brunt of that.
That's not going to feel good later. Ouch.
You know, some memories hurt more than others. There we see Barabo follows through, and yeah.
That's a cross check.
That's what they call it.
15:43. Time in the penalty on Juana Barabo. So Juice is in the box. The face off to the right of Rossman. Whale won the draw, but a good poke check there by Ilya keeps it alive. Now Rusler will shovel it out as Beatty beat to the puck deep by Sarah Edney. Dropped off by Scamora. Now it's Scamora out to center. Good speed through the neutral zone. Has some time and space of the slot. Shot blocked by Greco. Puck is still loose out in front. Greco, I think, ends up on top of that puck. The shot and kind of like the forward follow through caught Emma Greco. And now the trainer coming out to have a look at Emma.
Maybe somewhere between her helmet and her chest protector, so in that neck area.
Yeah, it's exactly it.
Yeah.
Kind of holding that spot. It's a vulnerable spot for a skater.
That's not going to feel good either way.
No. Talking may be an issue tomorrow. Getting caught in the throat like that, but I think she's all right.
Talking's overrated, right, Phil?
That's what my wife tells me every day. Natty Eliel on the left wing side, but she's just referring to me. A Kersey now for the Buttes. In the corner, getting shadowed by Brickner. Good move by a Kersey to work a little bit of space along the boards. Now drops it back off to Kunichika. Smothered by Doyle. Kunichika knocked down, kept her feet moving. And a Kersey works it to Elia. Up the boards. Emily Fluke can't clear it by Edney. Good left point keep in by Scamora. Kunichika falling near the corner, but able to hand it off to the side for Elia. Cross ice now, Scamora with his shot and off the boards. Kunichika whirls it around the crease. And along the half boards, a Kersey with a good puck movement here by Buffalo. A Kersey to the left side, and the one-timer by Elia from her knee is wide. 45 remaining in the Barabo penalty. Tracked down by Brickner of the Whale. Connecticut looks to get it out. They do. Left wing side, shorthanded. Here's Fluke. Two skaters back for Buffalo. Fluke will wait, and a veteran play by the rookie will just drop that off deep. Kill some more time as we're now down to 30 seconds in the Barabo penalty. 2:45 remaining in the first. 1-0 Whale on the Amanda Bouye goal. And from the far wing, the Buttes will send it cross ice in. Karine Bowie glides to the puck in the corner. Drop back looking for Casorso at the point, finding her there. Wines with a snapshot, sticked away by Rossman. Hasn't faced a lot, just 3 unofficial shots for Buffalo here in the first period, and Jess Jones at the left point can't keep it in. At Casorso, instead leads it ahead, poked away from Bowie. Geronal on the left wing side will move it forward, but right to the Whale Sydney Rusler, and cross ice to Fluke. Babcock was just parading around the neutral zone, and she circled away from the puck, unable to track that down as Buffalo will skate it in. There is Shiroka, tied up by Rusler, flipped out to center. Anderson, good pass to the right wing side, and now gliding to the left. Lucas, she hands it off to Goldsmith. It's back to 5-on-5 hockey, and Buffalo 0 for 2 on the power play this evening. Under 2 minutes to go in the first. 1-0 Whale on the goal by Bouye, her third. Juron waiting in the corner. Out to the blue line. It creeps across the center. Brickner leads it ahead off of Anderson. Still tied up along the boards. Able to get it past Jordan Burns. Angling after it, Colleen Murphy. And Murphy, out of Mississauga, Ontario, will move it out to the neutral zone. Backhanded in by Donahue. And now the Buttes will make a change as the Whale track it down. Leading the breakout. Here is Shannon Doyle. Third-year veteran on this team ahead to Barabo. Drops it off to the right side. Kleinbach tied up. Her stick lifted in the far wing circle by Kunichika. And Elia leading the attack the other way. Here's Scamora now. Back check. Walking out in front. Shot poked away by Rossman. After some nifty moves by Buffalo. Final minute of play here in the first. There's Kleinbach. Got to the blue line. Lifts it in. And Levier will just say, wait a minute. Let's just slow things down with 45.9 remaining in this first period. 1-0 Connecticut ahead.
Yeah, it was a good back and forth exchange there. Nice move by Scamora, but just couldn't get that past Rossman, who saw it all the way. But Scamora is definitely a player that has shown that she can play at this level. This is not her first, or I should say it's her first full season with the Buttes. Of course, she signed similarly to Donovan towards the end of last season.
She had a goal in the final regular season game last season against Connecticut. That Buffalo win put them in third place in the league, and it avoided them having to face Boston in the opening round. The Whale had to play them, and they got routed as a Whale skater knocked down in the far wing circle. Backhanded off the far wing boards, and then that game also noted former Connecticut Whale Cheyenne Darkangelo had a big score in that game, as well as Buffalo was able to eke out a victory. Then they go to Metropolitan, defeat the Riveters, and then history made on the 60-save performance by Brianne McLaughlin. Inside 10 seconds remaining to the period as the puck is sent up the far boards. We'll get an icing here as Greco back on the ice. Gets back with 3.7 remaining in the first period.
And you mentioned the Riveters. The Riveters franchise, formerly known as New York, now Metropolitan Riveters, still looking for their first round playoff win, and they will also be going up against the other team that is seeking the same in the Connecticut Whale.
Well, one of those teams will make their first Isabel Cup Finals appearance in 2 weeks. Far circle draw. One-timer by Bouye blocked, and that'll do it for the first period. So a quick chance by the Whale in the waning seconds of the opening 20 minutes of play. Unable to get the shot off net, but a very good first 20 minutes of action, Erica, for this Connecticut Whale team. They get the goal by Sydney Rusler, assisted by Emma Greco at 10:53 of the first period. Potentially a second goal that got waved off, and that right now looms large in this game.
Yes, of course, you always want as much cushion as you can. Again, we see Donovan, the newest rookie of the team, gets that shot. Again, Phil, definitely see Babstock go down, assuming that what the officials saw was her make contact at some point with Levier to get that call. But from the last replay we saw, I definitely see Babstock go down. I'm not sure how much contact, if any, she made with Levier.
Well, speaking of Sam Donovan's had a pretty good first period here on home ice, including some defensive play.
Yeah, and you see that block shot. Now we know the Buttes can bring the heat from the point, and Donovan gets that block shot. As I said earlier, some memories hurt more than others, Phil.
Yeah, that one's going to linger for a little bit, but she's played a very strong first period of play on the top line with Kelly Babstock and Hannah Beatty. And Babstock's had quite a first period as well. I know she hasn't lit up the score sheet, but she had the screen out in front on the Bouye goal, and she has made her presence felt.
And that's how Kelly Babstock plays hockey. That's the game that we expect Babstock to bring. That's the game that she needs to bring for this Whale team, doing it to get other players involved.
Well, speaking of getting other players involved, let's send it down to the other player on our broadcast team. Ashley Audette is downstairs.
All right, hi, I'm here with Sydney Rusler. Off to a great start this first period. It seemed like the Buffalo Buttes were getting more in our zone, and then it just like switched. As soon as we got that first goal, you guys had some great passing, led to that first goal of the game. What are you guys doing to continue the momentum?
Really, we're just trying to move our feet and just use each other to get the puck in their end, and it's working so far, and we're taking everything we have to the net, and so far it's been good, so we're just looking to continue that.
Now these guys are obviously looking for their 10th straight win. What are we going to do to get that win away from them?
Well, we know we have to be smart about it, not take any dumb penalties, anything like that. We play best when it's 5-on-5, so we're just hoping to keep moving our feet, stay disciplined, and like I said, take pucks to the net.
Obviously. And now we are going into the second period. What are you looking for from your teammates really in this second period?
Just to keep this up. I mean, our energy has been fantastic that whole period. We didn't lag at all, so I think just keep that, stay positive, and keep cheering everyone on like we've been doing.
Now, obviously, tonight's hockey is for everyone, so tell me a little bit about it. Why is it special to you?
It just, it's such a great game that it shouldn't matter what your sexuality is or anything like that. It's just, it's for everyone, and it makes it so much fun.
Totally agree with you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Joined downstairs by Whale defender Sydney Rusler, and how she talked about it. The energy's been there in this first period. I think that's the big takeaway from the first 20 minutes for this Connecticut team.
Without a doubt there, Phil. I think this is a really great period, one of the best we've seen from this Connecticut team. But moving forward, the question will be if this team can build that ×3 and play all 3 periods, all 60 minutes the way they played the first period.
All 60 minutes, that's been a tall order for this Connecticut Whale team this season. Still 2 more periods to go as we wrap things up for the moment from Terry Connors Rink in Stamford. Eric and I will be back with the second period. You're watching the Twitter Game of the Week. This is the NWHL.
We are the early risers,
Make sure it's nice and snug.
the DIYers. We are determined,
Go, USA on 3. 1, 2, 3, USA!
crazy,
Minutes to go.
diehard.
Winning time for USA hockey.
We are loyal.
Up the wing they come.
We are proud.
She shoots. She scores! Maggie Duggan to the top of the mountain.
We are brewed for this. America runs on Duncan.
Hey, we're back at Terry Connors Rink in Stamford. Let's send it down to Ashley.
All right, I am here with some amazing female hockey players that are definitely going to play, I think, in the league in the future. What do you girls think? Yeah! They are bringing the energy today. So you guys play for the Mid-Fairfield Stars. So tell me, why do you love hockey?
I love being with my teammates. Coaches!
Hockey. I mean, you can't go wrong, right? We all love to play the game of hockey. We love to watch the game of hockey. Who are you guys most excited to watch tonight?
Elena! And Jordan!
Why are you guys so excited to watch Elena? Okay, so your coach is playing on the ice. So are you going to give her some tips after the game?
Yeah!
That seems pretty fair. No makeup. No makeup. Can't wear makeup when you're playing. It'll just run in your eyes. Thank you guys. You guys are doing awesome. We hope you enjoyed the game, and thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks, girls.
Back up in the booth, Phil Jubileo, Erica Ayala with you. That was Ashley Audette with the girls from Mid-Fairfield, Elena Orlando's team in attendance tonight, getting to watch their head coach play the game the right way. We didn't notice her much in the first period. For a defender, that's a good thing.
Absolutely, that's a good thing. And Orlando, though, we talked about Donovan's block, but it's been Orlando who's really been racking up the blocks for this team, making sure that she's giving, giving Rossman the opportunity to take a little break from time to time and then push that offense forward, which we've seen already, Phil.
We're ready for the second period of play. The Whale will skate from left to right as Amanda Bouye, the goal scorer in this game, will take the face-off against Maddie Elia. By the way, on the Bouye goal, they have given Sam Donovan the secondary assist on that. That is her first pro point.
That's right. So if that goal had counted, she'd be at 2 points, but one will do for now.
Well, she's got plenty of time to try to get that first tally as Scamora skates into the Connecticut zone. Lifted along the boards and out to center ice. It's gained by Elia over to the right wing side and played in by Buffalo. Scamora and Aid battle for the puck in the corner. Who wants it? Well, Maddie Elia wants it. She comes in, takes it from behind, drops it back now to Scamora. Kunichika looks in front. Aid has Scamora tied up. This line is big and physical. They like to cycle the puck deep. We saw some of that back in the first period. Aid, a good job to chip that up ahead to Casey Anderson. Tapped over to Fluke, and she ices the puck. Couldn't get her stick blade to control it, and the faceoff will stay in the Whale zone.
And so in this second period, Phil, we're going to look for more of the same, just as Rusler was saying, make sure that they're able to maintain what they brought in the first period, get some more points up. But a lot of that comes from, as Rusler was saying, just being able to be coordinated on the defensive side of things as well.
Well, keeping up that energy for 60 minutes is a tough task for any team. The best teams do it for 60 minutes of play, and this Whale team needs to do that. Just 3 wins during the season. They got to find some sort of luck with the intangibles. Scoring goals, not their forte, although they had 9 first period shots to 4 for Buffalo. So they had plenty of puck scoring opportunities. Here's a shot by Jess Jones from the high slot. Blockered away by Rossman. Jones got it back. Wound around the net. Greco tracks it down on Corrine Bowie. And the Whale able to get it out to center. Here's Emily Fluke along left wing. Glides into the Buffalo zone. Whale changing up. Fluke stays out there. Sent it through, looking for Babstock, turned over, and it's just Jones. Long shift for her, coming back the other way. Jones works it all the way in behind the net. Stops, comes back to her forehand. Still deep, Corrine Bowie gives it back to Jones. Good 2-skater work on the right side by Buffalo. Here's Bowie now, worked on by Rusler. And along the right wing side, it's played back around the boards to Orlando from the corner and over now to the Whale as they work it deep in behind their net. 18-10 to play in this second period. 1-0 Connecticut, but cleared out to center ice. Donovan lifting the stick of Sarah Edney as the puck comes in. Babstock in behind the Buffalo net on a knee. Here's Babstock. Babstock turns, backhand shot blocked out in front. Babstock tried to drag the rebound, overskated. A Kersey the other way, leading a 2-on-1, joined by Shiroka. Here's a Kersey, right circle shot, save made. Good stop by Rossman. There was a rebound, but not a good angle for the Buttes. And from the left point, it's contained by Colleen Murphy. Kicked out to the neutral zone. Murphy, rink wide off the far boards. Goldsmith tracks it back first. Able to lead it deep. And now here comes Doyle. Ahead looking for Sam Donovan. Donovan wore number 32 at Brown. She's in number 2 here tonight. Kunichika from the right side with a wrist shot off the target. And Murphy along the half boards for Buffalo. Gets turned around a bit by Kleinbach. Murphy will pinch deep. Comes back to the forehand. Turns and a shot knuckles off into the corner as Connecticut looks to skate out with it. Buffalo with a bit more energy here to start this second period of play as the puck poked away by Baribeau. Kleinbach tried to start off with it, unable to do so as the Buttes play it back in. Now here's Kleinbach from the near wing corner. And around, waiting on it is Brickner. Nice move to cut toward the middle. Tries to get it out of the zone. Scamora kept it alive for Buffalo. And it's Brickner again for the Whale. A little bit of a weak outlet as Buffalo picks it back up on the turnover. Elia to Scamora, left circle, in the shot is held on to by Rossman with 3:26 play to the second period.
I'm not sure most would call that an official spinorama, but Elia definitely got some turns there to get that puck to Scamora. That was a good play. Also want to give Goldsmith a shout. She was coming down streaking when Babstock took that shot and then was able to come on the back check to really take away that option when Rossman was able to make that shot on the breakaway that the Buttes had earlier in the period.
Puck out to center. Lewicki tied up, gained back by Rachel Ade. She'll skate in. 1-on-4, boxed around by 4 Buffalo skaters as it's poked out to the neutral zone. Bouye jams it up the boards and through. Fluke cut off by Casorso. Fluke stays with that puck. Got it out to the high slot, but it's just Jones for Buffalo, leading it out to the neutral zone for Edney. Glides in from the left side. Here's Edney with a shot blocked off the leg of Greco. Behind the goal, it's Rachel Ade. Chips it back to herself in the corner. Knifed up the wall. Lewicki keeps it contained for Buffalo with 15:50 remaining in this second period. 1-0 Whale. The Buttes already with 3 shots on goal here in the second. As Emma Greco lobs that out of play, and that's a delay of game penalty on Connecticut.
Yeah. Now, penalties is also something that Roosler talked about. They've already given 2 power play opportunities to the Buffalo Buttes, and we've seen that the Buttes have come out really handling most of the possession. And so we see this again, just flicks that right out of play and in the box now.
It's like she heard footsteps and hurried a little bit to get that out. It was that glass. You have the high full panes of glass in the corner, and then it gets lower right along the wing, and that's where it went. Now here comes Beatty shorthanded for Connecticut. Pushes a shot that's steered away by Levier. And it is played in behind the net. Casorso to Scamora. Elia now handing to Accursi. Taylor Accursi in across the line for the Buttes. Back up to Scamora. To Accursi along the right wing side. Gap closed by Jordan Brickner. Kunichika in the corner. Lets the puck squirt past to Elio on the left side. 30 seconds gone to the penalty. Right side, Scamora, one-time blast, and Doyle blocked that down in front as the Whale chip it clear. Short-handed for Connecticut, it is Kelly Babstock playing keep away here against Haley Scamora in front of the Buttes bench. And Buffalo's Accursi skates it in across the line, picks it back up, dropped off to Kunichika, where it's promptly stripped by Amanda Bouye. Bouye played at St. Lawrence, a standout defender, very offensive there. Second-year assistant at Yale, and she has picked up her career right where she left off in college. But back the other way, here comes a pass to the left wing side for the streaking Jess Jones. Lob toward the corner. Roosler overskates it. Schroka back with it to the right side. Now to the point for Edney. Left wing circle for Jones. Buffalo 0 for 2 on the power play. Down a goal here in the second. Edney pushing a wrister, and it was blocked by Fluke. Corrine Bowie in behind the net. Out to the half wall for Jones. Jones top of the circle. Shot sticked away. Good save by Rossman as that one got through a little bit of traffic. And now Shiroka back up top to Jones. To the right side. One-timer, Edney, they score! From the right wing side, Edney pushed a low shot that might have been tipped down low in front as Buffalo strikes on the power play. The goal belongs to Edney, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, and you see Roosler a little disappointed there. Basically, that yawning net on the far side. See that pass shuffled over, gets that shot in, and couldn't see from that if there was a tip or not, but Edney goes to the bench first, and so we'll give her the goal until we are told otherwise.
Jess Jones with the primary assist. Here's another look at that. I think that hit off Rusler's stick. Hence the disappointment. Shiroka was behind her, and her stick was yawning out, but I believe that was the shot by Edney deflecting off the stick of Sydney Rusler, and now we understand Sydney's disappointment as this game is knotted at 1 apiece. So Edney with her second goal of the season as the puck is iced by Buffalo with 13:33 to play in the second.
Yeah, that was a good pickup there on that second angle that we got. Definitely explains the immediate reaction of Rusler. See on this view, we'll see a little bit. Look for 21 in white. Rusler, oh bam, she knocks it right past Rossman. So,
that is a tough break for Connecticut.
Absolutely, she'll want to make good on that.
We'll keep an eye on Sydney. Face off in the far circle, and it's controlled by the Buttes. Colleen Murphy holding in behind the net. Off the far boards, Kunichika hands it off to Maddie Elia. Centers for Scamora. Skates in, drops it back to Elia. Elia knifing her way out in front. The backhand shot disrupted by Doyle. Elia stays with it. Poked away by Doyle. Nice recovery. And here comes Connecticut from left to right, led by Anderson down the left wing side. Anderson waits, finds Fluke, and she had it poked away. A nice defensive effort by Scamora as the Buttes get it out to center, and a strip. Hannah Beatty took it away, but Elia recovers for Buffalo. On the right wing, she's locked up. And now it is Scamora, or check that, Elena Orlando tying up Jordan Juron. A Kersey. Here's a Kersey. Back on the right side, straight away to Greco. Low shot, kick save, rebound, score, and Buffalo takes a lead. That is Jordan Juron with her first in the NWHL to make it 2-1 Buffalo.
And that's a tough break all around. Not only does that shot go in that first goal, and it's a power play goal at that, Phil, so that's not going to help those stats. Then you see Jordan Juron kick saved by Rossman, but she kicks it right back to Juron, who's able to recollect the puck and swipe it right over that leg of Rossman that made the initial save.
2 goals in 1 minute 28 seconds for Buffalo. Juron with her second point against Connecticut in just her second NWHL game. Greco sent the shot in. Shiroka might have tipped that before the follow through by Juron, so we'll credit those two with the assist for the moment. Buffalo with it back in their zone, and what was a great first period for Connecticut erased in the span of under 90 seconds of play here in the second. First, a power play goal by Edney, and then Jordan Juron at 7:30 with Buffalo's go-ahead goal as they try to stretch out their winning streak to 10 games. Casorso lobbed out in front, chipped away and back to the left wing side. Here is Kristen Lewicki. Greco closes that gap, and Karine Bowie comes away with it. What Buffalo has, and especially in this forward line, is a lot of size. As Casorso shot from the left wing side is tipped wide. Connecticut has bereft some of their better skill players. When you look at a Bouye, a Sam Donovan, they are on the shorter side of things. Big move by Jones trying to spin a Rama, got knocked down. And now Elia back on the ice. Worked it back toward the corner. Kunichika there. And you see that physical line, Erica. That's what makes it tough on Metropolitan, because they'll just try to grind you out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kunichika shot, oh, rebound deflected on net. Big kick save by Rossman, and Burns puts it back in deep. Scamora back to Elia. Buffalo has owned the zone here in the last minute plus.
Assist to number 95, Taylor O'Kersey, and to number 25, Jackie Greco. Time of the goal, 7 minutes and 20
Well, they give the assist to a Kersey and Greco. I didn't see a Kersey on the ice, but we'll see if they fix that. It's a puck out in the neutral zone. Murphy along the right. Played in across the line. Elia with a step in front of Aid. Here's Maddie Elia, toe drag, shot save, and the puck squirts wide out in front. Now Goldsmith. Goldsmith, rink-wide pass, deflected, recovering to stay with it, Sam Donovan. Backhands it in, played by Levier. We've seen little action here in this second period. Buttes with it out through center. Here's Kaylin Shiroka. Shiroka locked up along the boards by Shannon Doyle. Buttes are changing. Babstock with it through the neutral zone. Babstock takes it in herself. Down the right wing side, here's Kelly Babstock in the corner. Babstock still with it. Turns to the left wing circle. Turns with a shot, and a glove save made by Levier as Kelly Babstock trying to put the game in her own hands.
Yeah, and we see sometimes that Babstock will do that. I would like her to find a nice, you see her taking the puck all around, looking for her spot. Want to make sure, though, as this game goes on, she's having a nice balance between being able to make those shots, which we know she can make, or taking those shots we know she can make, and finding her teammates. That's what the Connecticut Whale's going to need in this game. Multiple people attacking the net.
Babstock in deep, tied up by two baby blue sweaters. Coming away with it, Edney. Had the game-tying goal for Buffalo on the power play. Lifted up the board. Still a tie-up inside Buffalo territory. Squirts free. Kersey with it. Back pressured away by Donovan. Donovan with a nice move around Catherine Donahue. Here's Sam Donovan down the right wing side, and she'll whip it on the boards. Behind the net, Babstock is there. Kelly Babstock, shadowed by Greco. Now for Hannah Beatty. Beatty, sharp angle try, knocked down out in front. The Whale had changed out their defenders on the fly. Now Emily Fluke in for Connecticut as it's lifted out from blue line to blue line. Gathered up by Sydney Rusler. With a seam pass up the middle, nobody home. Foot race for the puck, and the icing call. That was that's a close one. Casey Anderson had a good jump on that one, but they blow the play and stop in. And while we have a moment, Erica, now that Buffalo has the lead, let's say hi to everyone watching the game tonight up at 716 Food and Sport at Harbor Center. They've got the game on the big screen tonight. That's right. The 716, as Buffalo is known, they always and have been really showing out, especially since that Pagula partnership. So shout out to 716 Food and Sports and the whole 716 area code. So we got fans up there watching the broadcast tonight. Getting, I guess, an early start to the pregame for their playoff game coming up next Saturday. From the point, Rusler with a rocket hit off her teammate in the slot. And from the near wing, Jones leads it ahead. Now Corrine Bowie. Bowie walks to the slot. Shot hit off the crossbar. Hard shot there by Corrine Bowie. And in deep, it's Elena Orlando chipping it past Jones. And now over to Rusler, who leads it for Casey Anderson. Can't clear it by Jordan Burns. Good keep in, soccer style with the skate. From the edge of the circle, Beatty can't get it out. And now Corrine Bowie maneuvers around Anderson. As from the corner, Lewicki tried to center it in front, broken up. Pinching was Burns. She lost the puck as it's knocked out by Anderson as we come up on the 8-minute remaining mark to this second period. 2-1 Buttes ahead. The Connecticut Whale have not had a lead through 2 periods of play this season. Tonight might be the case yet again. Here's Baribeau. Right circle shot got blocked. From the near wing, Jones lost an edge. Or check that, Ilya lost an edge. And now it's cleared. Ilya back with it on her stick. Left wing circle. Try to backhand it past Greco. Greco got a piece. 2-1 Buttes ahead. 7:30 remaining here in this period. And along the left wing side, Baribeau try to lead it across the line. The Whale offside. They'll wait for everyone to touch up, and now it's Greco skating it in down the right side. She'll work it deep. Side checks Edney along behind the net. And Jordan Burns will whip it hard off the wall. He can't keep it, and now we got a foot race. And Shiroka with a step picks it up on the left side. Kaylin Shiroka pass across, and the shot missed by Kunachika. She was right there with the net yawning open. We'll get a rink-wide clear. Colleen Murphy tied up by Donovan as the Buttes get it in. 7 minutes remaining now to the second. Buffalo up 2-1 on goals by Edney and Juron. Bouye with the first period goal for the Whale. Rachel laid behind the net. Turned over briefly to Kersey. Babstock comes over to take that away. Locked up by Kersey. And now a couple of Whale skaters in there, as well as Juron. Juron fighting him off. Able to get it over to Kersey. Kersey back up the boards to Colleen Murphy. Kept it alive in the backhand. Moves it down to Juron. 6:30 remaining in the second period. And Buffalo has had a ton of zone time in the Connecticut end here in the second. Back to the point for Murphy. Pass to the right side. The one-timer drifted wide off the stick of Taylor Kersey. Now Bouye has a player locked up in the corner. Kersey gets cut off by Greco. Well, just desperately trying to get the puck out of their own zone. They managed to do that, and Donovan from the center line shoots it in, gloved off by Greco, so the icing waved off. Now a long outlet up the right side, and Juron able to deflect it in. It angled out in front, and we get a whistle stoppage in play with 5:57 remaining in the second period. Let's take a look at Sarah Edney's goal. This tied it up at 6:02 of the second period, and we'll be back with more NWHL action on Twitter. The Buffalo Beauts lead the Connecticut Whale 2-1.
We are the early risers,
Make sure it's nice and snug.
the DIYers. We are determined,
Go, USA on 3. 1, 2, 3, USA!
crazy, die hard.
Winning time for USA Hockey.
We are loyal.
Up the wing they come.
We are proud.
She shoots. She scores! Maggie Duggan to the top of the mountain.
We are brewed for this.
Back in Stamford, Connecticut, Amanda Levier looking to pick up her 12th win of the season as the Beauts lead Connecticut 2-1. Live on Twitter, I'm Phil Jubileo, joined tonight by Erica Ayala, downstairs by Ashley Audette. As the Buffalo Beauts looking to march to their second Isabel Cup title, Erica. They have their first ever home playoff game coming up next week.
Yes, and the Buffalo Beauts and their fans are very excited. We mentioned the 716. They're very proud of their teams, and now they have a team that is looking to defend the crown, as they say, in Buffalo.
And Buffalo down 1-0 at the end of one. Got goals by Sarah Edney and Jordan Juron, a minute 28 apart in the second. To claim a 2-1 lead for the moment as the puck is lifted into the Whale bench and out of play. So the face-off will go back into the Connecticut zone with 5:44 remaining to the second. The Whale have Brickner and Doyle on defense. Goldsmith up front with Casey Anderson. And rounding things out is Emily Fluke as the puck goes through the crease. Anderson will get it clear ahead to Emily Fluke. Fluke up the left wing side. Fluke had a goal last week against Boston. Centers it to Doyle. Doyle in the backhand, walks out in front. Levier at the top of the crease. Able to hold on as it was Fluke trying to hand it off in the crease to Casey Anderson.
You know, and I liked what the Whale did there. You see Emily Fluke, she has a few options. He gets it to Doyle. Doyle able to make a deke and gets tripped up a little, or loses you know, her skates underneath her. But again, it's getting back to what we saw in the first period, Phil, making good passes, making good decisions in front of Levier.
Buffalo looks to clear the zone. There's Sam Donovan with it. Wrister bouncing puck. And by the way, a goal that she had scored in the first period was called off, as that would have been her first NWHL goal. And we'd have a 2-2 game right now instead. Buffalo up 2-1. As Donovan tried to knock that down on the left side. Puck escaped her, but a good keep in by Hannah Beatty. Or check that, Emma Greco. Under 5 minutes to play here in the second. It's a 1-goal lead. Aid pinching. And we'll see more from that on the part of the Connecticut defenders as they try to gain some offense. As Scamora back the other way. Oh, what a snipe. Haley Scamora goes top shelf to beat Rossman, and it's 3-1 Buffalo.
And Scamora had all kinds of time and space there, Phil. You saw that Donovan trying to get back, and then she sizes up the defender in front of her and is able to pick that far side and beat Rossman. And as you mentioned, that no goal we would have been in a 3-2 game. But see, look at Scamora just take her time, gets that right under Greco, right under her arm, and is able to get it past Rossman.
Yeah, when you're Haley Scamora and you have time and space and you can pick your poison, unfortunately for the Connecticut Whale, they now find themselves down by 2. Scamora with her 7th of the season. As the Beauts look to pour it on here in the second. Catherine Donahue deep. Sydney Rusler winds it around off of Kersey. And it was Sydney Rosler, that goal by Sarah Edney, hitting off of her stick to deflect in by her teammate, Sydney Rossman, as we get a stoppage in play. with 4:15 remaining, and we got the game's first penalty on Buffalo, an interference call. So Connecticut will get the power play.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do on this power play. That has not been a strong suit for the Connecticut Whale, but we'll see what they can do here. And you know, I'm sure the players aren't thinking this, but it's our job to kind of fill the space in between. You have one goal called off. You have one goal that was knocked in by Connecticut, and that's just heartbreaking. So they're going to want to, again, make good on their opportunities here on the advantage.
Well controlled. Bouye with a rocket in it, whistled wide. And it rests along the back of the net. Oh, that Amanda Bouye's got a rocket from the center point. Just let one fly.
Got to check those boards there.
They were lively. Hard off the boards. You like that thought from Amanda Bouye, who's got the goal tonight. Try to get a good angle. Bodies in front of Amanda Levier, who has been a rock star in net for this Buffalo team the last few weeks. Have a telling statistic. Meanwhile, Terrell Rose being summoned over by Ryan Aquali, the Connecticut head coach. The 4 starting goaltenders, because there really are 4 goaltenders in this league that see the lion's share of time. Mandy Levier in her last 4 starts, a .922 save percentage. Only Brittany Ott has been better at .966, 2 shutouts, including one which is a loss on her part, but that epic game up at Buffalo, the long shootout that went 65 minutes without a score between Ott and Levier. And then behind that, Sydney Rossman with an .855 save percentage. And you've got Fitzgerald. Brickwall Fitzy has not been all that great her last 4 games, just an .840 save percentage.
Yeah, and again, we've called out Brielle McLaughlin and her performance in the final last year. A hot goalie, a streaking goalie is so important in this league. And right now, the Buttes have that, and everyone else is trying to keep up.
Everyone remembers the 60 saves from Brielle McLaughlin. People don't remember or choose not to think much about her regular season numbers, which were not great. She got hot at the right time. Levier, of course, had the big semifinal game against Metropolitan.
That's right. New York at the time.
Along the left wing side, they give Ilya the assist on the Scamora goal. There's Bouye with it for the Whale on the power play. To the left side, Babstock with a shot. Brickner walking in front. Couldn't get it in on net, and it was wide open. Puck still in behind the goal. Now Babstock will track it down. Has Bouye up top. Gives it to her. Whale changing on the fly. Give and go. Back to Babstock. Babstock to Bouye straight away. Now to Babstock on the left side. Buffalo content with keeping them on the perimeter. Bouye from the left circle, a shot save, rebound, put in on net, another stop by Levier. Puck is still live. Babstock tried to get to it. To the right point, Bouye keeps it alive and then gets crushed along the boards by Scamora. With 3:06 remaining in the period, that is a penalty on Buffalo, and we'll see a 2-skater advantage for 51 seconds.
And it doesn't look like Scamura's too happy with that. I will say, you see both of these players, they go hard to that puck, and Scamura is the one that gets the call and goes into the box. Now again, will the Connecticut Whale be able to take advantage of this, Phil? They're going to have to.
Let's take a look at that hit again along the boards.
And you'll see both of them coming in, that loose puck. Bouye gets there first. Oh, yeah.
That's a penalty.
Absolutely, absolutely. We lost a little bit of that from our vantage point, but absolutely Bouye gets there first, and I'm not really sure what then Scamura was complaining about, because she definitely saw that she was about to get beat and used the body to try and slow down Bouye.
And that's the thing, if you go to the boards really with your stick down trying to get to that puck, it's one thing if there's contact. Once you come up with the arm, that's a little bit different as we look at some of the fine work tonight of Amanda Levier.
Yep, we see it's Babstock and Bouye have really been dominating this power play. And then Brickner, my goodness, Brickner just was right there, but not in a position, didn't have her stick in a position where she could get anything on that. Again, Goldsmith right there, falls to one knee, crashes into the Buttes players, but just can't get that puck past Levier. And I will say, Levier did a great job last week. She's done a great job tonight. However, also worth noting are that the Buttes players have been really assisting in front of net and making sure that they're getting bodies out of the way and getting the puck out of the way to make sure that their goalie is not put in a position where she's out of position.
Well, the Whale 1 for 14 on the power play against Buffalo this season. There's Bouye with it, pushing it out to the left side for Babstock. Now over to Bouye, to Babstock left side. Finds Bouye straight away. To Babstock, off of her, facing some pressure by Greco, knocks her down. Fluke comes over to take it away. Well, with the two-skater advantage for another 28 seconds. Left circle and the shot was deflected. Now pinching deep, Brickner, straight away to Bouye. They'll need to get pucks to the net here, down by 2. Bouye to Brickner, high slot, got one through, and Levier made the stop. Goldsmith with it along the boards. Back to Brickner. Now to Bouye, one-timer. Big save by Levier. Puck squirts out to the corner. Here's Babstock with it. Babstock to Bouye. Inching in. Backdoors it. Good stick in the lane by Shiroka. As Buffalo changing. Getting one skater back out onto the ice. Still a power play on about another minute here in the Connecticut advantage, down by 2, and Shiroka diving on that puck along the boards, then knocks down Babstock. Babstock pops back up. She'll get control of it as the Whale try to make this a 1-goal game. There's Kelly Babstock. Straight away to Bouye. Bouye in the slot off the stick of Jamie Goldsmith. Now Casorso tied up. Up top now, here's Bouye with a wrist shot. Blocker save made by Levier. Minute 42 to go in the period. Whale down 3-1. Buffalo, all 3 goals for them here in the second period. Now it's Babstock slicing her way in. Baribeau there, shot and a save, and then Brickner denied with the net yawning open. That was a play by Greco as Buffalo gets it out to center ice. 18 remaining in the Scamora penalty. Now a left wing pass right on the tape to Bouye. Bouye, top of the circle, wrist shot. Didn't get it all, and Levier clubs it.
You know, Phil, the Whale are taking just a little bit too much time to make decisions here. With the exception of Bouye, who's rocketing these shots in, and Levier's just all over them. But you're just seeing, they're holding on to the puck, but they're not making the Buttes move enough to get a good shot on Levier.
Now, we'll have to get rid of that puck faster puck decisions, because this way then Buffalo will not be able to rotate as the puck kicks off his skate and comes out in front. That was Baribeau who got the deflection in on Levier, who hangs on, and now it's back to 5-on-5 hockey. They'll go 0 for 2 on that power play, and it's still a 3-1 Buffalo lead with 1:06 remaining in the second.
Yeah, and we've seen a few times, just like Juice on that last play, where they're just not getting enough juice, if you will, on the puck. They're just tapping it and not enough force behind the shots they're putting on Levier.
Puck in the corner. Lobbed out along the far wing by Buffalo. And that was Colleen Murphy with the clear. Now here come the Whale. Emma Greco in the final minute of play. Ahead now to Grace Kleinbach. Sends it through behind the net. Levier settles it down. Murphy in the corner. Moves it ahead. Maddie Elia from the right wing. Elia skates in with her team up by 2 with a hard low wrist shot, trips wide. Rossman got clipped at the end of the play by Elia, but we continue on as Bouye backhands it into her own bench. She was trying to spring Babstock up the right wing.
Yeah, we saw it was Elia following through on that. Clips Rossman a little bit. As of right now, I think it's safe to say, Phil, that the Buttes have won the second period. So now the Whale will have to settle for a complete 40 minutes, and even that may not be enough.
Now 2-goal lead for Buffalo. Buffalo, when leading after 2 periods this season, a 7-1 record as the puck comes across offside. 20.5 seconds remaining to the middle frame as the faceoff will come out to center. The Whale had a 1-0 lead after a period on the goal by Bouye, but Edney, Juron, and Scamora all lighting the lamp for the Buttes here in the second. Goldsmith to take the face off against Lewicki. Goldsmith won the draw, but the Buttes control it back in their zone. Edney, after taking it from Levier, around for Jess Jones. Jones with a good lead pass, springing Lewicki from the blue line, puts it in on Sydney Rossman, and she hangs on with 6.6 remaining. And the second period, Buttes up by a pair.
Interesting to see Lewicki take that shot from some distance. We know, of course, that she is the reigning fastest skater, but opted just to take that shot. Rossman didn't get it cleanly, but there was no one in front of her, so she was able to stop the puck and then collect the puck with no challenge.
Maybe a set play here in the final moments of the second, with the face-off to the left of Rossman. Lewicki wins her face-off, tied up in the corner. 1 second to go, and the horn will sound as we are through 40 minutes of play here at Terry Connors Rink in Stamford, Connecticut. A big second period by the Buffalo Buttes as they get goals. Sarah Edney on the power play at 6:02. Jordan Juron at 7:30, and then Haley Scamora on an absolute snipe at 15:15, giving the Buttes a 3-1 lead after 40 minutes of play. And it was a long middle frame for this Connecticut team.
It was, and you know, we just didn't see them coordinated on offense like they were in the first period. They certainly did not win the possession battle this period, Phil. So again, as we mentioned, if 60 minutes was the goal, now again they'll have to settle for 40.
Well, they missed out on a big opportunity late in the second period, Erica, with the power play opportunity, the two-skater advantage, unable to convert. That really could have turned the tides here in the second period. Unfortunately for the Whale, unable to convert.
Yes, and we saw Boulier with some monster shots during that time. However, not enough bodies perhaps in front of net to be able to get those rebounds or to get a stick on that and be able to deflect it past Levier.
Yeah, Levier made some big saves in the second period. The Whale, in their few opportunities to get a lot of bodies out in front, they were able to do that. They got the bodies out in front. That's when Levier really stood tall in the second period.
Yes, and again, she's coming in hot here. We know that she's the hot goalie right now. This is the hot team, so Connecticut's really going to have to bring it, pull everything together in this third period if they want to get a win to end their regular season.
Meanwhile, one of the Buffalo players tonight without a goal, Maddie Elia, she's been a dominant player while she's had the puck, generating a lot of chances on that line with Kunichika and Scamora. And Maddie Elia is downstairs with Ashley Audette.
So much waiting. I'm here with Maddie Elia. To say that this second period was a strong period for the Buttes would be an understatement. Take me through what happened in this period.
I mean, we came out kind of slow in the first, not really working hard, I guess you could say it. So we just talked about in the locker room how we got to kind of pick it up. We know they're going to play hard. This is their last home game, and we want to have a good run going into the playoffs. So yeah, we picked it up.
You guys are obviously looking for your 10th straight win. What are you doing to contribute to help that happen?
I mean, I think just playing my role. Me, Courtney, and Haley have been playing well together, kind of keeping pucks deep, scoring some goals, doing good in the D zone. So I think just kind of contributing to that, and yeah.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Well, 2 periods are in the books. Thank you, Ashley. Downstairs with Maddie Elia, who set up that third goal scored tonight by Haley Scamora. As we are through 40 minutes of play here in Stamford, Connecticut at Terry Connors Rink. Final game of the regular season. That goal by Haley Scamora has the Buttes up by 2. You're watching the NWHL on Twitter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We are the early risers.
Make sure it's nice and snug.
The DIYers. We are determined.
Go, USA on 3. 1, 2, 3, USA!
Crazy. Die hard.
Winning time for USA Hockey.
We are loyal.
Up the wing they come.
We are proud.
She shoots. She scores! Maggie Duggan to the top of the mountain.
We are brewed for this. America runs on Duncan.
Terry Connors Rink in Stamford, Connecticut. The calm before the storm. Third period, a couple of minutes away. Alongside Ashley Audette, and to my left, Erica Ayala, Phil Jubileo on hand. The officials are back on the ice as we get set for the third period of play. Oh, the second frame belonged entirely to the Buffalo Buttes, Erica.
Yes, absolutely. Saw somewhat of a, if you will, a fluke goal, and that was Edney gets this goal. She gets the shot in, and unfortunately, Sydney Rusler, or excuse me, I'm sorry, that was on the goal before. Edney that gets this shot right past Rossman, and just, you know, lots of bodies in front of net, and that favored the Buttes. And then we see Jordan Duran, rookie, getting her first goal of the season, only in her second appearance. She played against this Connecticut team in Pittsburgh for the first time, and then officially signed for the rest of the season just this week with the Buttes. And then Haley Scamora, you see Scamora here, uses that defender, gets it right past the defender, shielding Rossman. Just, you know, not much Rossman can do about that with that goal there. Skamura is a skilled player. We've been talking about her all game, and we see why right there, Phil.
Skamura, one of the X factors down the stretch last season, had a goal against the Whale in the final regular season game a year ago, ended up scoring a goal in the Isabel Cup final. The Northeastern product having a fine season, 14 points on the year, 7 goals in 14 games. She's been a top-notch offensive standout, by the way, that point, and it was assisted by Maddie Elia. They now have 14, so that line of Elia Skamura and Courtney Kunichika, all with 14 points, to lead the way for this Buffalo team. And
you can see why they're that top pair. We heard Elia talk about it. Her role is just to make sure that that line is churning on full cylinders, on all cylinders, and that's what they've been able to do.
Well, third period underway. They have a whale of a comeback ahead of them if they're going to pick up 2 points here tonight in the regular season finale. Aid begins with Greco on defense. Anderson is up front with Bouye and Fluke, the Connecticut Whale forwards. Ilya marching toward Maddie Greco as it's chipped over to Anderson, turned over, Skamura with it. Skamura working around the net, back shot out in front, stopped by Rossman, and Greco will track it down. Meanwhile, in the other game tonight, it was a 2-0 lead for Metropolitan up in Boston. Both goals tonight by Madison Packer. So hat-trick watch up at Warrior. We've not had a hat-trick in the NWHL this season.
And we've had several last season, but not yet this year.
On the near wing side, it's Rusler. Her stick lifted, regained.
Well, we should say, Phil, in the regular season, we had 2 in the All-Star game.
That is true. Those do not count in the standings, but certainly entertaining, to say the least. I know you were there up in St. Paul for that with Matt Falkenberry. As Jess Jones throws it out in front. Lewicki with a backhand shot steered aside. A lot of traffic there in front of Sydney Rossman. Buffalo picking up the third right where they left off after the end of the second period in the Whale zone. Shot left point by Burns, deflected down in front. Wobbling puck rolls back to Edney. Knocks it down for Lewicki in the corner. Finds Karine Bowie. Bowie, the only NWHL player with 2 Isabel Cup championships. One with Boston in year 1, last season with Buffalo. She had a goal in the final against her old team last season.
Did she?
It was a huge one. As Edney banked off the wall, regained in the neutral zone as Doyle backpedals to her own end. Cross ice now for Brickner, sends it back looking for Goldsmith, hopped over her stick, nudged forward by Barabo into the Buffalo zone, quickly squirts out. Brickner will shoot it in, her teammates touching up as we come up on 2 minutes gone. They're in the third period, 3-1 Buffalo on top. And the Whale had a 2-skater advantage for just under a minute late in the second, unable to convert. They had a goal waved off in the first period that would have been scored by Sam Donovan. Quickly waved off under the cloud of some controversy. And they say Mandy Levier was interfered with by Kelly Babstock. The replays did not bear that out exactly. You can watch the replays yourself, as we'll get the archive of this one up on YouTube during the weekend. Now, Casey Anderson with a drop pass. Quick shot by Bouye, save made. Anderson jamming away in the rebound. Pushed back looking for Bouye, but Akersi got in the way, and she'll nudge it clear. Angling after it is Greco. Leads it to Bouye. Bouye now to the left side for Anderson. She'll skate in. Bit of room for Casey Anderson. Marching down in front with a shot. Stick saved by Levier. And around the net comes Casey Anderson. Chips it back to Bouye left side. Bouye waits and waits, moving to her right. Nowhere to go. Good pressure there by Haley Skamura. And it's Bouye back with the puck as she gets draped on. Good snap pass to Fluke in the corner. Emily Fluke trying to come around to the left wing side. Pinching down Rachel Aid. 16:45 to go in the third. Good effort here by the Whale to get some zone time. And now it's Babstock from the right wing. Couldn't shoot it through Kunichika. And Jackie Greco will get to it back in the corner. Whaler changing on the fly. Kunichika along the board trying to lift it clear. And they'll pass ahead. 2-on-2 now for Buffalo. Skamura leads the way. Coming after her, Beatty. And the shot didn't get much on it. Pushed wide. Skamura back with it. From straight away with a shot. Fought off by Rossman, and the rebound trickles back to the end boards. And along the near side, Brickner gets it out to Babstock at center. Ahead looking for Sam Donovan. Nudged away by Murphy. Now it's Ilya into the Connecticut zone with a snapper on goal save made. Ilya looking for her own rebound. Clear to the far boards. Kept alive by Bowie. Bowie with a nice move to the right. Poked away. Connecticut can get a 2-on-2 going here. From the left wing side, Babstock skates in. She's got Donovan with her. Babstock waits and shoots it over the shoulder of Levier. Got a little piece of it. And now a centering pass ahead, deflected by Goldsmith. Knocked out to center ice. Buffalo has it back in their own zone. Colleen Murphy gets it ahead up the right wing for Lewicki. Lewicki looking for Bowie just out of her long reach. And now Jess Jones will send it behind the net to Kristen Lewicki. 15:25 to go in regulation. It's a 3-1 Buffalo lead. They scored all three in the second period. Edney, Juron, and Scamora. As Goldsmith working along the boards along with Baribeau. And that grinder line here for Connecticut, able to get it out to center ice, regained by Jones. And now Baribeau back with it, feeds it over to Brickner, nudged off the glass, and out to the neutral zone with it is Baribeau. 1-on-3, winds and holds, comes down the left side, cuts out in front with a shot, and a good save made by Levier. Nice move by Juice to cut her way along the goal line to the net. 5:10 played to the third. Greco with a wild slap shot drifts wide. Now Orlando from the far point. Shoveled down the wall to Emily Fluke. Quickly around to Anderson. Try to give and go back behind the net. Stepping in that passing lane was Lewicki. Buttes, good passing through the neutral zone. There's Jordan Juron cutting out in front, and she was met by Bouye, who came over to play that puck ahead now for Emily Fluke, who gets it out to center ice. Kersey back with it. Forced ahead, Sarah Edney back passing to the right side. Juron with a slap shot, 2 of the 3 goal scorers on the ice here for Buffalo. And Shiroka with it gliding in behind the Whale net. 5:50 played to the third period. 3-1 Buffalo on top. Shots are 23-17 for Connecticut unofficially. Whale out to center. Fluke with a right wing pass. Caught up onside by Elena Orlando. Wrist shot steered aside by Levier. And now Goldsmith marching in. On this Whale team looking a little bit more like what we saw in the first period. A bit more energy, buzzing around the ice. Getting some shots in on Levier, but Levier has stood tall in this third period. 22 of 23 stopped. Kersey with it in front of her bench. Poked away by Doyle. Chased down by Colleen Murphy of Buffalo. And she'll hold in behind her net. And she drops it back off to Burns, ahead to Scamora. Can't get it out. Good hustle by Donovan. They got caught up by her teammate, Shannon Doyle, and Donovan went down. Pops back up, but Jordan Burns with control of it. Gains the center line and will wrist it in, allowing a Buffalo change. 13:15 to play in the third. 2-goal lead for the Buttes. Now Donovan, some pressure from behind by Haley Scamora. Nudged ahead to Goldsmith. Gaining the center line is Jamie, backhanding in on Levier, and Babstock getting to the net, forcing Levier to hold on.
And we'll get a stop here as Levier covers up. And we see Baraboo trying to get crafty, gets past. Casorso there, gets that shot on Levier, but can't get it past her. Levier's been really on point for the Buffalo Buttes this evening.
Baribeau trying to find that top corner. There was a little bit of room, but otherwise the goalpost was hugged to quite nicely as the puck is out of play by Levier, hugging the post on that Baribeau opportunity. And let's see where they drop the puck. It looks like the near dot in front of the Whale bench. And they better fix the scoreboard. Clock went down to 12:43. Couple of extra seconds ticking off. Precious ones in a game like this. If you're looking at it from the Connecticut perspective, you want as much time as you can to try to mount a comeback here, and it looks like they're going to fix that right now.
You see Boulier banging on the glass, making sure that her team does get every second that they deserve here in this third period. Speaking of Boulier, we talked about Sam Donovan, but also Mallory Soliotis made her debut, and that's important because it was Boulier that is then going up against one of her players at Yale in her pro debut.
Well, that'll be pretty interesting, to say the least, as the puck wound around to the far wing side. Baribeau, or check that, Buttes track it down. Baribeau was pressuring Greco. Now here's Baribeau out in front of the pass by Boulier, and it was pushed wide as Edney banks it out to center. Off the skate of Greco, and she'll lift it back in. Under 12.5 to play in the third period. Buttes up by a pair. Buffalo looking to skate out of the zone. Kept in by Boulier, shoveling it past Corrine Bowie. And Edney holding in, giving it back to Bowie. At the line, Roosler can't hold. Now Rachel Aid, nudged ahead for Fluke, who's been pretty silent in this game. He had been having the hot hand as of late, 3 points in her last 4, nothing doing tonight. didn't have a point or had a goal last week in Boston. Check that. And now Fluke in behind the net. Tries to keep the stick heavy. Lost her edge. Walking down the boards is Beatty. Back up on her skates is Fluke. Beatty with it. Cross ice, open with it Orlando. Now to Rusler with a shot blocked in front. Here's Beatty walking down. Gives it back to Fluke. In the corner to Beatty. Around to Fluke. Fans on the backhand. Fluke looks to get it back from Jones. And just Jones takes it away with 11:25 to go here in the third period. Some discombobulation on the part of the Whale, despite having some good zone time in the Buffalo end. And now Buffalo will start back deep. In the Whale zone, Shiroka jumping onto the ice. She'll get stripped. Here's Hannah Beatty, long shift for her. Couldn't walk around Casorso. Buttes play it back the other way. Sarah Casorso down the right side, working on Rusler. Rusler poked it away briefly. Casorso back with it. Battle won that time by Sydney Rusler. And a 3-on-2 here for Connecticut. Rusler down the left side with a snapshot. Blocked by the netminder Levier. Puck is live on the left side. Goldsmith throws it in front, directed by Donovan onto the netminder. Levier makes the save. Puck still live side of the net. You can see it right by the skate of a fallen player, Murphy. Coming over to take it is Shiroka. Great keeping by Elena Orlando as she finds Babstock on the right side. Babstock with a nice move, walking to the slot, got tripped up, no call. Puck is still live, and Accursi will track it down in the bottom of the circle and race forward with it along the left wing. Gains the Connecticut zone, has Murphy in front. Swept clear from the crease by Orlando. And the Whale get it clear out the center, but right back to Maddie Elia. The Buffalo rookie marches in. Nice move cutting to the right. Shot blocked by Orlando. Good shift for Elena. And along the near wing side, it's pitched up the wall. And Goldsmith with it out the center. Couldn't get a pass to the right as Kunichika took it away. And back with it is Skamura marching in. Had a second period goal that made it 3-1. Drops it back to the right point. Jordan Burns keeps it in. Now in the near wing corner for Skamura. Shoveled off the side of the goal. Kunichika a stride late. Poked away by Rossman. And off the far boards, Edney able to pass it down the wall. Skamura tied up in the slot. That was a good effort there by Connecticut. And now Bouye will tap it ahead to Kleinbach. Gives it back to Bouye with a shot block. Puck loose in the slot, pinballing around, stopped by Levier. Now Rachel Lane walking to the right side for Baribeau. 9:20 to go in this third period. 3-1 Buffalo on top. Erica, the Whale have had a lot of zone time, but no fruit to show for it as the rocket by Greco comes in, and it's stopped by Amanda Levier.
Yes, and doing much better in zone time, being able to contain some possession. However, it just every once in a while, Phil, it looks like maybe there's a lack of decision-making promptly, or they're thinking too much about things that they want to do with the puck while they have the puck, instead of just kind of going with their instincts.
Well, they'll have a moment to clear their head as we will step aside with Buffalo leading 3-1. You're watching the NWHL live on Twitter.
We are the early risers.
Make sure it's nice and snug.
The DIYers. We are determined.
Go, USA on 3. 1, 2, 3, USA!
Crazy.
A minute to go.
Die hard.
Winning time for USA Hockey.
We are loyal.
Up the wing they come.
We are proud.
She shoots. She scores! Maggie Duggan to the top of the mountain.
We are brewed for this. America runs on Duncan.
Well, Elena Orlando has played an important part tonight for the Connecticut Whale, trying to keep them in. So is Kelly Babstock. But Elena Orlando, Erica, has had some nice efforts in this game.
Absolutely. We're going to see Orlando here getting a big swipe away. Again, want to keep that puck away from Rossman. You see that she's able to see it and clear it. There was a play before that, Phil, where you see her drop down almost like she's an outfielder in baseball or softball, and able to keep that puck in the zone and give her team a few more looks on net. Great game by Elena Orlando as her team is here cheering her on.
Face-off will be to the left of Levier. Whale wins control of it. Shot from the right point was blocked on its way in. It came off the stick of Greco. Now it's Babstock. Babstock walking to the right side. Babstock with a shot. Saved by Levier. And along the near wing, a turnover. Here's Babstock walking in front. Turns to the forehand. Shot. Diving. Saved by Levier. Rebound was blocked on the shot by Aid as it was deflected by Colleen Murphy. And regained in the neutral zone by Greco. Ahead now for Bouye. Bouillet to the right wing side. Bouillet with a shot and another stop by Levier. She has been splendid in this game for the Buffalo Beauts. Gave up the goal in the first period, probably one she'd like to have back on the goal by Bouillet, and now we get a penalty away from the puck, an illegal body hit, and it's going to be on Kelly Babstock.
Yeah, and we talked about this earlier, Phil, just being able to get those shots in front of Levier, and look at that great takeaway by Babstock. She's getting that shot, and then we see the sequence that follows that is just more chaos in front of Levier. Levier on her back there, but her team keeps the puck out of the crease, away from net, and that's how the Beauts have been able to continue this 9-game winning streak. Big shot by Scamora, stopped by Rossman. The rebound swept back to the boards by Bouillet, but she can't get it out. Now it's Doyle. Held alive by Elia Buffalo. Moves it back to the right side for Scamora with a wrist shot through traffic, drifting wide, and right back to Elia. Buffalo 1 for 3 on the power play. This is their 4th. Kunichika against Brickner gets it back to the half wall for Elia. Elia back along the left wing side. Now gives it down low to Kunichika. To Elia from the circle. Shot save. Rebound in the slot. Fluke is there. Chip clear. Elia, Erica, kind of brings that size that a Kelly Stedman brought to the team last season. Yes, absolutely. That's a great observation. This is a Buffalo team that throughout the years in the seasons, Phil, has really enjoyed a decent size in their players. Oh, and now a hit as Bouillet went down after colliding with Courtney Kunichika, and that should negate the rest of the Buffalo power play with 58 seconds remaining in the Babstock call. And interference is called as we get a look at it here, and I think Bouillet saw the opportunity and took advantage a little bit by going down rather quickly. Well, take one for the team, as they say, and that's the second penalty that Bouillet has been able to draw in this game. She's giving her team a chance, not only with her goals, but with the other little things that she does, Phil. Let's not forget that Bouillet started on this team as a defender, and she's been moved up to offense, but we see her doing it on both sides of the ice, even in this game. She plays a 200-foot game, to say the least, as Greco with it from the left point. We see 4-on-4 hockey for the first time in this contest, and we'll have it for another 45 seconds while Babstock serves out the remainder of her penalty. Here's Greco with it straight away. Greco moving to the left, putting a shot into the chest of Levier. Low percentage shot by Emma Greco, and another stop by Levier, unofficially her 31st save of the game. And again, you want to see that balance, Phil, between the Connecticut team being able to get shots on net, but they also have to take good shots, because right now, at least, we're not seeing that they're able to corral the rebounds and get second and third attempts. They're just not doing that right now, so that first shot has got to be good. Scamora from Casorso off of her skate. Haley trying to get it out, can't. Emily Fluke keeps it in. Cut off by Burns. 25 left to the Babstock penalty. 3-1 Buttes lead in the third, 6:50 to go. And Elia moves it to Scamora. The give and go cut off by Amanda Bouillet, looking for Fluke. And the Whale again get it out to center ice. Fluke had a touch up. That allows Buffalo to set up shop, and the long outlet up the left side, unchecked with Scamora with the slap shot. Rossman that time with the save, as she was a good 4 feet out of her crease to stop Haley Scamora. Probably wanting to take out that angle. Looks like there was a switch there, so Doyle was already at a disadvantage, trying to get there and save some time, but Rossman came out. You see there Doyle trying to chase, and Scamora gets that shot off. Probably good of Rossman to try and eliminate some of that angle, at least, before Shannon Doyle could come and help out. Gobbled up the rebound as well, so no second opportunity there for Buffalo. As the Whale with it skating forward is Doyle, looking to spring Babstock. Babstock able to beat out the icing, holds pass across, block. Babstock knocked down. She had just come out of the penalty box, and now the Whale on the power play for another 47 seconds, and Brickner will get back for it. She's got Bouillet along with her, Jamie Goldsmith, Emily Fluke, and Kelly Babstock. Look for Babstock to try to take over here for Connecticut. She's done that at various points. It's Bouillet muscling her way in, and cut off briefly in the corner. A little bit of a scrum. Whale get it back. Backhand shot
from a sharp angle by Fluke, drifts wide. Babstock with it back to Brickner. Bouncing shot got through, towed away by Levier. We got 18 seconds remaining in this abbreviated power play for the Whale as Kunichika waits to escape the penalty box. 5:37 to go. 3-1 game, that's where we were after 2. Fluke with it on the left side, holding along the boards. Fluke drops it back off. Bouye tracking it down. Bouye works along the goal line. Fell to the ice after being guarded closely by Sarah Edney, the opposing number 3 from the Buffalo roster. And now a little mini 2-on-1. Buttes able to get back. Fluke with it, holding along the sideboards, waiting for some teammates to come set up shop. And now it's back to 5-on-5 hockey. So the waning moments of that power play, unable to convert and make it a 1-goal game. Now here's Rachel Aid. Aid with it along the left wing side. Tied up by Ilya with under 5 minutes to go in the third. The Buttes a 2-goal edge. Now it's Aid, edging her way to the right side to Bouye. Nowhere to shoot the puck as Edney was right in front of her. Throws it in deep to Kleinbach. Tried to give and go there. Walking in Beatty. As Ryan Aquali has been mixing up the forwards in this game, trying to find some sort of magic formula. And right now he's come up empty-handed here in every attempt to change up the offense. And now Barabo skates in left side, and the slap shot disrupted by Casorso. 4.5 now remaining with a 2-goal Buffalo lead. Scamora from the far wing side. Tied up along the board. Some good work along the right wing by Shannon Doyle. Coming in is Barabo. She forced it back toward the corner. Wound around. Kunichika waiting on it. Able to get it out of danger. Icing waved off as that puck slows inside the Whale zone. Tracked down by Brickner. And ahead for Casey Anderson. Anderson from the left wing. Picks it back up in the corner. Back pass out in front. Casorso there to clean out the crease and get it back behind her net. Leads it for Jones. Poked away by Brickner to the corner. Again, the Whale have had a ton of zone time in this Buffalo zone here in the third period. 32 shots in the game, above their season average, and unable to muster anything offensively in terms of getting the puck behind Mandy Levier. So the Buttes still on top by 2 as we come up on 3.5 remaining. As the Buttes lift it out through center. Orlando's got to backtrack for that puck. Hearing the footsteps is Jess Jones coming in on the forecheck. And about back to the far wing corner. Shannon Doyle will track it down. Here's Orlando. Out of Babstock. Long pass ahead, and we'll get an icing called here on the Whale with 3:10 to go in this third period. Erica, now the moments are waning here for this Connecticut team. I think back to one of the early victories of the season for this Connecticut team, that come from behind game. They won in a shootout against Boston. They were down 2 just like this late. They got a couple of big goals from Babstock and Sam Faber. They need to find that magic.
Yeah, and we'll see if they have it in them. It'll also be telling on how they're going to enter the playoffs, Phil.
Right wing pass up the boards. Cleared by Donovan out to center. Hannah Beatty with it along the near wing. Turned ahead by Jordan Juron. Tries to lead a Kersey with 2:50 to go in regulation. Now Doyle. Back to the right side. Whale pass out to center. Here's Hannah Beatty. Beatty met by Juron. They both crash into the boards. And Shiroka turns it up ice for Taylor Kersey. Drop back off, nobody home. Juron back on her feet. Will slide it down. Buttes make a change. We have 2.5 to go. The Whale this season on home ice, just 1-4-1. As they've been more successful up at Warrior Arena. And Boston, as it's deflected out of play off a stick with 2:16 to go. And the faceoff should stay in the Buffalo zone.
And there are a few things, Phil, that just, didn't go the Whales' way, to set up the Buttes, especially for that first goal. But it's a matter of being able to push through that and see if they can get another shot that'll get past Levier here.
There's Rachel Aid. Aid from the corner, looking to flip it out in front, was blocked. Coming up on 2 minutes to go, and racing to the bench for the extra skater is Sydney Rossman. So a 6-on-5 right now here for Connecticut. Here's Babstock walking to the right wing side. Babstock along the half boards to Aid. Aid with a wrist shot through traffic, and it went wide as Levier may have gotten a piece with 1:45 to go. So the extra skater on here for Connecticut. Buffalo gets it out through center, and Bouye will track it down. Bouye with the outlet, Babstock sends it rink wide, and that fails to click. We get an icing as Casorso is back ahead of Goldsmith. A minute 34 to go. And let's take a look here at Rachel Aid.
We see Babstock here with the puck. She's going to move it over, get that shot by Aid. Block attempt there, sliding block attempt there. And again, just not being able to get those rebounds. Levier pushing those rebounds out and away from the Connecticut Whale players.
Rossman back in the crease with the face-off in the Connecticut zone. Under 90 seconds to go in the third. Now Buffalo could just keep the puck in there and just hold out the clock for another 80 seconds. They'll pick up their 10th straight victory to close out the regular season. At one point, they were 2-4. This winning streak for Buffalo started here in a victory against the Connecticut Whale back in mid-December, right before the holiday break. And from the left wing side, it's Babstock coming in. Minute to go in the third. Rossman tried to creep out back to the bench, got caught in between and has to retreat back in between the pipes. And now here's Babstock, right circle, slap shot, save made. Big stop by Levier as the puck comes across the line. And Brickner will lead it back to the right for Roosler. 40 seconds to go. Time dwindling away. Empty net here to the left, and the puck is flipped into the goal, and they score. From the left wing side, was that Sarah Edney off the boards? We'll see who gets credit for it. Either way, it's a 4-1 Buffalo lead, and it looks like that's Edney's second tonight.
Yeah, looks like Edney got that goal. Maybe a little shocked that she got it, but it's another heartbreaking goal here for this Connecticut team, trying to, and here we see flicks it right past, I think that was Roosler, and gets it right in that open net.
Third goal of the season. Baribeau barrels her way across the line, flips a shot wide. So the Connecticut Whale will end their regular season on a 4-game losing streak as Beatty tried to snap a pass out in front. Regained Casorso. Under 20 seconds to go. Kunachika tried to spring ahead of Sydney Roosler, who forces her into the corner. 13 seconds to play. Meanwhile, the Buffalo Beauts will head into their first home playoff game next week against the Boston Pride, the owners of a 10-game winning streak. After a rough first period, they dominate the final 40 minutes of play. And the Buffalo Beauts, your defending Isabel Cup champions, now 12-4 on the season after a magnificent performance in net by Mandy Levier.
Yep, and we talked about goaltending being so important, Phil, for this streak. Also important to note that the Beauts have been able to clean up things that we saw here as weaknesses early on. They had really struggled in that third period in particular. That was kind of them not being able to put together a complete game, but those days are gone, Phil, and we see a Beauts team as they get ready to host their first ever home playoff game, looking really good.
By the way, down the stretch, I believe Kelsey Newman might have squirted into that crease for a few moments. It'd be great to see the final few seconds on replay if the production booth can bring that up, because I see Amanda Levier on the bench right now for the Buffalo Beauts. I do think Newman got in for the final few moments. I never heard it announced up on the public address. We're going to see that because Amanda Levier had been in the net for the entire season up until this point. Yep, that is Kelsey Newman making the final save of the regular season. That's a shot on goal. So Kelsey Newman does get to see some time during the course of the season. She snuck in at some point in the final moments of this game as we welcome you back up to the press box here at Terry Connors Rink in Stamford, Connecticut. But really, Mandy Levier was fantastic in net tonight up until the point where she kind of escaped past our eyesight and onto the bench to allow Kelsey Newman, a second goaltender, to finally get a chance to play in a Buffalo game this season.
That's right. 2/3 of McLevman makes an appearance in this game. Of course, the other member being Brianne McLaughlin, who is now retired.
They keep the hashtag, though.
They keep the hashtag.
They still have the hashtag.
Once
even though
McLevman, always McLevman.
Oh, you got to come up with something else. And let's look at the play tonight from Mandy Levier, because she really was fantastic in the course of this game.
We see this is actually Amanda Levier here. A shot comes in, and she's able to make that glove save. Boulier with one of those shots. Again, she makes the initial save. Gets the rebound. Also, another shot by Boulier. gets that shot and is able to push it into the boards. That's just, you know, a few clips of what Levier does for this team. We also see again here that she is able to also move laterally. She gets a huge stave against Babstock there.
Let's send it downstairs. Ashley Audette is downstairs at the conclusion of this game. Ashley, take it away.
I am here with Sarah Edney. Congratulations, great win. You made it to 10 win streaks. How's it feel?
I think it feels really good. We definitely built upon our first half of the season. So I think we came out strong after Christmas, which is what we wanted to do. So I think we accomplished what we wanted to accomplish up to this point.
Absolutely. Now, you had 2 goals tonight. They were both great. What was the feeling when you got that final goal of the game?
I was really just hoping that it would make it to the net. It was kind of rolling on its side, so I made sure to get over the red line, and then I just went for it, and it went in, so I'm happy about that.
Now you're heading into playoffs now. Are you changing your momentum at all, or are you just going to keep rolling with the punches?
I think we're keep building off what we've accomplished after Christmas, and it's nice. We get to play at home, so I think we're excited to do that, and that will just bring up the energy even more.
Congratulations. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Downstairs with Sarah Edney. She had 1 goal in the season coming in tonight. She picks up her second and third. That big one tied the game in the second period on the power play. Then she gets an empty netter to kind of cap off a big night offensively, and a big night for Buffalo as they come down from upstate New York, wrap up the regular season after kind of a spotty first period with a 4-1 win, and they are in a groove heading into next week's playoff matchup with Boston.
And that's where you want to be heading into the playoffs, especially this playoff, as it has been for 2 years now, will be a one and done, Phil. It's not a series like we saw in season 1. So a team that's streaking and is playing together and has their attack coordinated and has a hot goaltender is really going to enjoy that one and done format that we have in the playoffs.
And what does that mean? It means everybody's alive, even this Connecticut Whale team. And they lost 4 straight to close out the regular season. Their season begins anew up in Newark, New Jersey next week as they take on the Metropolitan Riveters, and they try to upend the top team in the league during the course of the regular season. Anything's possible. We'll have those games next week for you on Twitter.
Looking forward to it.
Well, that'll do it tonight from Stamford, Connecticut. For Ashley Audette and Erica Ayala, I'm Phil Jubileo, wishing you a wonderful Saturday evening. Final score was Buffalo 4, Connecticut 1. You were watching the NWHL live on Twitter. Good night, everybody.